Hey, you there. Thank you for watching, and welcome to Forge Lines Forever. Today I have a 3v3 ladder match here on the most amazing Rockstars map generator. So let's go ahead and introduce our teams and our players. We'll start with Team 1 in the northeastern corner, also known as the red team. And then we'll end with Team 2 in the southwestern corner, also known as the blue team. Starting off with Team 1 southeastern player in orange, the color orange. It is Macro Noob. He's playing as a UEF, definitely not a noob. A 2095 rated. He is the highest rated player on Team 1 and barely beats out Team 2's highest rated player for the highest rated player overall. To his north and the northeastern corner of the map, most likely rear guard slot, he is the UEF of Dump Truck. He is in Blood Angel Red as a 1676 rated. And rounding off Team 1, we have in Chevy Crimson, it is Kinder 5129. Playing as a Seraphim, he is a 1527, again in Chevy Crimson. So for Team 1 side of the map, they have 2 UEF, 0 Aeon, 0 Cybrin, and 1 Seraphim. Again, missing out on the Aeon and Cybrin technologies. Moving on to Team 2's northwestern player, we have in Royal Blue, it is Borgmo playing as a Cybrin. He is a 1572 rated. To his south, we have in Stitch Blue, it is Balfron playing as a UEF. He is a 1580 rated. And last but not least, for Team 2, we have in Amethyst Purple, it is the one and only Aeon of Orb. He is a 2071 rated. He is the highest rated player on Team 2. So for Team 2 side of the map, they have 1 UEF, 1 Cybrin, 1 Aeon, and 0 Seraphim, which means Team 1 has the only Seraphim of the game, being Kinder, and Team 2 has the only Cybrin, Borgmo, and the only Aeon of Orb. But that does mean that every faction is present, just not on each team. And for these 6 players on the map, let's take a look at their reclaim situation. Currently sitting at, it's a little over 6,000 mass, and which makes it about 1,000 mass per player. That's not terrible average, to be honest. I always love to see big number, but, you know, 1,000 mass is, I think, pretty good average amount of mass on the field. Currently, we do see a huge clump that was already reclaimed from Team 2's perspective. We do see Team 1 moving into that segment of reclaim there. There is a decent amount in this northwestern corner that kind of looks like it's a backwards controller, cat ear kind of thing. You know, this is the back end of the control, and it kind of wraps around like that, but it kind of looks like a little bit of cat. Anyway, there are a decent amount of mexes to be had in this game. In terms of fighting over mexes, however, that's mainly going to happen here in the northwest. There's this nice little island with 2 quad mex positions, and then a heaping amount of mexes down that central line. Then there's 2 sets of twin mexes there on that little island there. That definitely looks like a... is that more a PS controller, like a PlayStation controller, or is it more of an Xbox? I think that's more of a PlayStation controller. I think Xbox is a little bit more bulky. And then there's a couple of mexes down here in the southeast. And just big chunk of water, so we will probably see a lot of boat action this game. But besides that, there are other mexes in players' main locations in terms of like their side of the map. Look at Team 1 side this match. There is a heaping amount of mexes here. Tri-mex position here, 5-star mex position here, a lot of one-offs, and then another 5-star mex position in the northwest. So again, lots of mexes to be had at home, but there are mexes to be had out in the wilderness. Taking a look at what players are headed off to in this game, we do see Kinder from Team 1 is going to be facing off against Borgmo for the control of the cat ear, reverse Xbox, whatever video game controller here to the northwest. Looks like we have 1 player from Team 1 being Macro Noob moving along the beachhead here. And then we have Dump Truck sitting here for now. He might pop into the water. He might join his teammate on that central landmass avenue causeway thing. And then for Team 2 side of the map, we do see Battlefront's kind of hanging out in Borgmo's territory over there to the north. And then we have Orb heading down that central line to the east as well. So it looks like it's going to be 1v1. Undecided for these 2, and then 1v1 here in the northwest. We already see navies going down here for at least one side of each team. We have Team 2's Orb getting his navy nice and expanded upon very quickly. Same thing. He's even trying to prevent a little bit of a reclaim happening for Macro Noob. To the north, we have lots of facilities starting to be spammed up here from Kinder. Team 2, we have 1 already started by Borgmo. He's also going for a gun upgrade to the north. And again, he's beginning facing off against Kinder in the land situation as well. Interceptors hanging out over the top of him, but honestly, they're just consistently getting shot down by a lot of that AA. So not really being that effective, but it is allowing Kinder to push in a little bit more on land as that comm is routed to the spot on an upgrade. A couple of units down the causeway here from Team 1. And I don't really think they're going to go anywhere because this is the only aperture unless you have hover tech, which Team 1 does in the form of Kinder's Zooey. But again, he's up there and this is down there. So kind of a large distance between the two. Team 2, we have Aurora for Orb. And that's it, at least at the T1 stage. T2 Navy already online for Orb. And he's a lot of facilities online already. Jeez, really pumping out Navy. We do see a nice little Tiger Shark is online now, facing off against a Sliff. And facilities are slowly being reduced to ash. But with a T2 Naval Headquarters already online, he's going to be pumping out those destroyers. Might want to switch over to some Vespers for some Team 2 sub action, but that's just me. Team 2 has been locked out of Navy to the northwest. That is not good. And now we have the first Comic-Com action between Kinder with gun and Borgma with gun. Hit point advantage will go to Team 1. For now. And again, back to the Navy situation. Not having any sort of naval presence here will allow Team 1 to push a decent amount of this western side and essentially lock Borgmo, at least for now, here on this upper plateau. We do see units transferring some engineers, some transports getting some additional build power up here. Units continuing to rage against one another here. We do see Kinder focusing a little bit more on Borgmo's comm. He's almost at 1-star vet, though. That's probably why he's focusing on the rest of those units. Kinder is also almost at 1-star vet. Overcharge comes in. Does not get the veteran, so he's 11 mass shy of the first star. He needs to get 10% additional hit points and a little bit more regen. Just a little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit. Fort Bomber inbound. Looks like going after the destroyer, but the destroyer has now locked Team 1 out of Navy on the southeastern side. It's similar vein, but I feel like the northwestern pond has a lot more reach than the southeastern pond. But we will see how these players fare in who owns what, when, where, why, and of course how. Borgmo really wants to push, but Kinder, I mean, he has a little bit more hit points, and he's at veterancy at 1 at least, so not really looking good on the hit point count. Again, he's at 1,000. He's going for stealth immediately. Takes a hit. Not terrible, but he really wants those 2,000 additional hit points. That'll help with putting him on par with Kinder. He's going for Nano. That's going to keep him alive and get back up into the green very quickly. So essentially that's going to force the Cybern Commander of Borgmo's hand and going for that Nano if he notices. Cruiser online. Nice little Infinity class. Marco, I was going to say Marco Polo, but Macro Noob, I can say his name right. He's just sitting there on the shoreline, not really, honestly, getting shot at. Hasn't lost any hit points yet. Stealth is done. So, and he actually gets that veteran stage, so he's now up to 13,000 hit points. Nano is almost done for Kinder. That actually might be the first kill of the game if he's not. Oh, okay, never mind. Nano has started for him anyway. So forget what I just said. Maybe it won't be the first kill. There's a lot more units here for Team 2's Borgmo that will slow down Kinder, but with Nano, he's back up into the green at 14, almost 15,000 hit points. Nano's now at 20, almost 5% and climbing. T3 Air is online for Team 2. T3 Air is online for Team 1. Anybody else in the air game? T2 Land and T2 Air, but not T2. I don't know, T2 Land's down here. Surprised the destroyers haven't targeted that, but they found the comm of Macro and go, oh, hey, look, there's a guy there. We should probably shoot at him. He's really not looking good. A couple more shots will do him in. He'll dodge one of them. It wouldn't have killed him, but oh, he dodges another one. Torp Bombers are inbound to kill off the destroyers. Another shot inbound hits Macro Noob's comm. Only like 1 or 2 more will kill him off. Nano is almost done, and I think he does get out of range. Maybe. Oh, one more shot will do him in. I think he's out of range officially. Back here to the northwest. Nano's almost at 100%. Yeah, he's going to get out of there with 500 plus hit points. Not looking good. One Strat Bomber, one Natha. You know, Janus, something from Team 2 would kill him off right now. I don't know if a Mercy would kill him off. Maybe. I don't know, though. The old Mercy 100% would have. We do see Kinder trying to be forced back by these units, but it's just not really working. Borgmo lost a lot of those forces. Now Kinder's at 3-star vet. Borgmo's at 1, almost 15,000 versus almost about 17.5. So there is that 2,500 gap between those two players. So if, again, shot for shot, Kinder will survive, not counting the other units nearby. And Team 2, again, trying to exert pressure here on the eastern side and force back Macro. He's going to go for Nano. Very smart play. Get those hit points back up into the green a lot quicker than just the base hit point, the regen that he gets with his UEF commander. T2 land is going to be denied, most likely. Destroyers could easily come and wipe that out from here, but they haven't been ordered to move in just yet. So a little bit surprised to not see UEF tech in the Navy just to get those cruiser missiles on the field, but maybe we'll see some unit transfer or something. Kinder continuing to charge forward. Now he's almost working on his 4th-star vet. He's pretty close to it. Borgmo halfway to his second one. Kinder does take a couple of shots from the comm first, so the only problem is that it's 88 hit points a second regen versus 74, so Kinder will regenerate slightly faster, which means he'll survive just a little bit longer than his opponent, which is, again, not good if it's a war of attrition, because Borgmo will lose that fight, and he's actually slowly losing that fight on the northwest anyways. We do see some torp bombers are inbound to maybe clear the way for the comm to retreat via the pond. We do see a lot of units starting to just kind of patrol the edges just to prevent any sort of sneaky little engineers from building a facility or two. Kinder gets another ranking vet, pretty much back up to full HP. Now he's almost at 19,000 hit points. Borgmo still really behind in terms of the veterancy. He's at almost 2. He might... Nope, doesn't get 2 with that. We have T2 PD being built behind Kinder, so he's pushing with his comm, and he's going to easily fall back if he needs to with PD to support him. Look at that. Just one there, another one there, another one there, another one there, another one there, and then another one back there. So look at that line from Kinder, and Borgmo has to retreat. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He's trying to clean up the Navy just to get that comm out of there. If he needs to, he can send his comm directly southward through this little gap here. It looks like Kinder's going to continue to put the pressure on him. Kinder has dropped into the yellow, though. Comms continue to trade blows consistently here. 13,000 versus 13. It's about dead even, but those units are inbound from Kinder, and that will turn the tide in that engagement. We have a couple of gunships, some dump truck broadswords inbound. We do see some AA here. They're going to focus the AA first. Definitely a smart call there. We do see Borgmo does get out of range of Kinder's comm for now. He's lost the northwestern corner. That's a lot of mexes for Team 2 to just have. Sorry, Team 1 to have. And sorry, I know that hurts, says Balfron. I am miles away. Is he talking about the fact that he lost the island, maybe? I think that's what he's talking about. ASF throw. Oh, maybe that's what he was talking about, the ASF situation. Maybe. Anyway. 17.5 minutes on the clock. Borgmo is getting back to his main landmass. We do see a couple of Yenzin using their hover tech to get onto Team 2's main landmass. Tickle cannon or 2 now online. There is a flat cannon as well present. Lasers are online for the Uashabo T2 destroyer, and a cruiser online as well. So Borgmo is going to continue to fall back. One Yenzin, couple Yenzin might blitz on past. More, oh, okay, maybe not. There's PD inbound, or more PD being built, so maybe not. We do see units that are stacking up here. Some engineers really building T2 PD very quickly, I might add, and looks like that's going to be maybe the end of that. Couple of Yenzin push, but Team 2 is starting to lose mexes over here on the western side. Team 1's already been losing mexes over here to the eastern side. And at 18.5 minutes, we have 580 to 520. That number will rapidly change in Team 1's favor because of the additional mexes here. And he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that he's not at T2, and there's a couple of them. Actually, those haven't even been built, and there's a decent amount that are already at T1. So he has a lot of potential for a lot of eco. So Team 2 needs to put the pressure on Team 1 and either kill off a main player's base or just a lot of eco or something in between. Now, a T3 naval headquarters for Aeon Tech usually tells me he's going for the glorious Torrent, which he's building an aircraft carrier first, probably for the AA. He could go for a silencer nuke sub. That would be interesting. Team 1 technically could do that, but in the battleship form for Kinder. A little bit more obvious because it's a battleship. But we'll see what they end up doing as always. Omni in the background, love to see that just in case in sort of some telemaser attempt, they can, or even just cloaking attempt, they can at least see what's going on in the main base. I would like to see one a little bit further towards the middle, but at least he has, you know, some radar for now. We do see a nice little Omni here, a little bit further to the middle, but again, closer to Team 1, and especially with them owning the bigger pond. Not looking good for longevity for that nice little Omni sensor. T3 started and almost done for Balfron. We have T2 air and T2 land for Borkmo. He probably needs to go to T3. He is doing that now. And we see any sort of land. No land, just air. T2 air is online also for Orb. Still building that Infinity class. He already has one of them online. He doesn't have missiles, not like the Seraphim do. Just the TMD and the AA, mainly. Probably to just passively deal with all of these Torp bombers from Macro Noob. A couple of artillery shots starting to rain in from these nice little Gunthers. And now Team 1's Kinder has now actually come on the Team 2's territory. He's going to actually crack this little Gunther position here, maybe. Shield is now down. And Kinder's going to get almost a 5-star vet with this. Overcharge kills of another unit. He's just on the cusp of 5-star vet. Another overcharge. There it is. 20,000 hit points. We have lasers now targeting that Omni sensor here. And this northern side is being just annihilated from all different directions. Team 2 is just being outnumbered and outgunned significantly over here. They need to keep pushing this eastern side. They're going for longer range stuff, I would assume, at some point. Yep, there it is. The next one on the queue is the Torrent. And Team 1, do you have preparations already in place? You have a couple of artillery emplacements. That's nice to see, but those Torrents are going to outrange those very quickly. And really, it's just Kinder continuing to push. He's at 422 mass a second. He's leading the game in terms of, well, mass. And now Team 1, 830. That number has severely jumped into Team 1's favor. A couple of artillery emplacements now shooting away the destroyers. Again, the destroyers for the Seraphim can submerge in the water to protect themselves from most of the weaponry from main, I was going to say main weaponry from naval or otherwise shots, whatever the case may be in terms of land engagements. We do see Borkmo sitting here. Shield has taken a hit, but it's not dead yet. It's dead now. We have missiles raining in. TMD is going to be taken out. That's going to be hurting a little bit. We have assassinations over here to the west. A couple of artillery installations just cannot seem to withstand the couple of Autumn pushes. Again, the Tickle Cannons, again, they're great against T1, some T2 units, but T3s, they just take forever to chew through that whole plating. And that's not even the ones that have, 7,000 hit points like the Percys and the Bricks do. And we do see the combo Borkmo's like, I will get some veterancy. That I appreciate that. 2-star vet now for him. Omni sensor relocated over here. Shield going to be built here shortly. And mainly it's just missiles raining in on this position. So the buzzkill will be a buzzkill for now. I don't think there'll be a buzzkill for long, though. If Team 1 does go for T3 Navy, which right now they're not, they will be able to crack that position quite easily. That is a Omen. I don't know how useful that is there. Is he building torrents? Yes, he is. Okay. I was going to say, I will nuke them, says Balfron. Looks like he's going to go for a nuke sub. Maybe. Or he's going to build a nuke right here. He could do that. I definitely don't like the nuke being near the shoreline at all. Oh, I know. Balfron's going to nuke him. Never mind. I was the wrong player I was looking at. He's already half done for that nuke. That might change the game significantly. Now, probably the best bet is to go for a base not within range of the torrents, which is not this one. Either the air grid or the one over here. That's a lot of engineers. He's just, oh my goodness, he's producing all the engineers. Does he have the, he has the mass to support a lot of that, to be fair. 25 minutes on the clock. Team 1's now cracked 1,000 mass. Team 2, 830, so about a 200 plus mass advantage for Team 2. Those cruiser missiles are starting to get a lot more populous for Team 1. Buzzkill, not as many buzzkills are being built, and some of them are taking some damage. The shield will offer a nice little buffer, but it will eventually be too much for the Team TMD, because there's more cruisers being built all the time, just stacking the AA here. I feel like going after this base with a nuke is just not necessarily unwarranted, but there's not a lot of TMD here for now. I mean, there will be eventually, but there's already 2 torrents within range, and they're really, I mean, this should be the focus. Killing off the T3 air headquarters, killing off this battery of artillery. I mean, Team 2 is aware of all of this. Targeting T3 mixes. Nuke is inbound for the air grid. Now it's being separated. So this T3 air headquarters will die, and the Omni as well. And, oh, Dump Truck is defeated by Orb's naval units. So Team 1 loses their air player and the air grid here very shortly. Ooh, I did not see that coming. My apologies. I thought he would. I didn't realize he got that close. He's kind of been sitting on this plateau for a while, to be honest. That's why I thought he was kind of just fine there. Where's Borgmo? He's over there. Orb's in his base, building an SMD, and Battlefront's loading his nuke. Here comes the nuke. First nuke of the game, 26.5 minutes on the clock. Kaboom! Clips a couple of mexes, clips the T3 air headquarters, or gets it entirely, which is the most important thing. But to be fair, Macro Noob still has a T3 air headquarters here, and he is UEF. So that just transfers over ownership of where that is. T2 now upgrading the T3, already coming in place. I don't know if that was before or after Dump Truck died, but it is now officially a 3v2 in favor for Team 2. And I will note that everybody did make it past 20 minutes, so nobody got killed early in the game, or earlier in the game, I should say. More Autumns are inbound, and the TMD is being built out quite nicely. The only unfortunate thing is those are land units. They don't have missiles. They have direct fire weaponry. That's not going to help against that's not going to help things. We do see a couple of Loyalist. EMP weapons are ineffective against T3 units, at least the secondary weapons. The tertiary ones, the death weapons, you see the little, fire, whatever that thing. That is effective. Very briefly, but it is effective. And Omni would be the focus. Maybe the shield would be the focus. All the TMD is definitely the focus, allowing the missiles to come in and just ravage the everything here. So nice job there from Kinder. I mean, you could have focused on almost anything there. It would have been worth it, to be honest. We have Torrents still raining in. Shielding is holding-ish, but not really. We have a nuke being built in the back east corner. We have a stealth field here to just protect it from eyes for now. And Team 2 hasn't gotten any sort of scouting. Definitely more scouting from both teams. How's Team 1 scouting going? They know where the nuke is at a bare minimum, but really don't know what's going on down here. They definitely need to get their eyes down there at a bare minimum. A couple of scouts every couple of minutes at least. GC is online for Orb. We have a chicken online. We have Nuke already been, so literally right after I say something. Sorry, wrong team. Team 2 is like, oh yeah, there's a nuke right there. Look at that. Okay, never mind. So yeah, scouting important, intelligence important. I just have to say it, and either something dies or it happens, usually. Missile redirected, not going to be enough that's going to get shot out of the sky very quickly, but look at this. Just look at the devastation. Not just the chicken entirely, but all of the units, both the naval and now land forces, because of the amphibious nature of the Otham, being able to move in and just terrorize this northern sector. Borgmo is just hurting for mass. He's less than 100 mass. Everybody else is at least at a minimum 300, almost 400, with Kinder at 600 and Macro Noob at 5. We do see gunships moving in, just anything and everything being sent this way to help out. That chicken is going to rip apart Borgmo's base. He might actually just try to help defend with an overcharge or two. And all of his stuff is probably going to die. And even if they kill off the chicken right this second, these mexes are still in danger. T3 landed quarters might still be in danger from the Othams. I mean, there's a lot of firepower right here. Not a lot for Team 2 to defend against it. There's been a lot of focus on Navy here. We do see a GC is done. GC almost done. Oh, it started again, I should say. And the chicken continuing to barrel on through. Kind of just ignores the rest of Borgmo's base because the Othams have it 100% handled. Chicken will get now the 2-star vets. We do see satellite started for Battlefront. He's almost half done with that. We have T1 PD being built. The chicken, oh, it's going to be close. 8,005, 7, 4, 3. I can count 2. He gets down to 3,200. He might just sit there for a little bit. We do see a torp bomber there. That's going to help things a little bit. Maybe keep that regen down just a little bit at a bare minimum. We have more torp bombers being built to focus on that. They should still see that. They do not. Oh, no. Okay, they do now. Okay, I was going to say. Like, they definitely should see that. And it's back up to 4,000. It's back. Chicken pops back out of the water. And then by the time it gets there, it is gone. So the nice little Ion Storm probably won't do a whole lot. Kills off a lot of T1 PD, but that can be canceled at this point. It will have protect that avenue, though, to be fair. Borgmill pops up, gets some nice little veterancy there from 2 Autumn kills. Spectre's coming to assist as well. He's almost up to 5-star vet, but look at all the dead... Actually, look at all the dead mexes for Team 2. That entire base where Borgmill is gone, he's essentially knocked out of the game. I mean, he's still in it, but technically it's a 2v2 at this point. GC just barreling on forward. We have Ravagers being built. We have gunships being spammed up. This thing just needs to walk. Just walk, take out the SMD, take out the T3 air raid quarters, and call it a day. Because there's not an SMD up here. Oh, sorry, there is one right there. But it is loaded. But at least taking out the SMD, not stopping. So at least guaranteeing that if it gets killed off soon, that SMD will secure the death of this base. You do see Ravagers being focused. I mean, it's still in the yellow. I get that. But and go for the secure win on the nuke. P-gens could be targeted. Killing off the Omni would be not. Like, there's a whole bunch of stuff that could be more focused than just the Ravagers. I get it, though. He does take out the SMD eventually. You kill everything shooting at you, then kill everything else off. He does focus the P-gens for maximum AoE damage. Kill off this would be nice, but again, Team 1 has a backup there, so it doesn't really matter. Air grid's being re-expanded upon here. Macro Noob's new base is now up there. Nuke is inbound from Team 1. They said, hey, if Team 2 can do it, Team 1 can do it. It's inbound from Kinder. SMD here. SMD. Okay, I was going to say, is there an SMD? There is not an SMD in the main base for Orb. Guess where that nuke is headed? Not there. It's headed here. Is that SMD loaded? Yes, it is. Satellite online for Team 2's Battlefront. 32 minutes on the clock. Team 1 at 2 players left. Technically, Team 1 at 2 players left. Team 2 technically also at 3 players left, but technically 2 players left with Borgmill pretty much out of the game. I'll leave that up to you about whether you count him in the count or not. He is still alive, to be fair. However, he doesn't really have anything but his comm left. So, anyway, thanks so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't, because why not at this point, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And let's watch this GC continue to barrel on forward. Again, let me know down in the comments what you feel about my casting style, video, editing, audio, all the goodness about the YouTubes and the whatnot. I really do appreciate any and every criticism because it helps, or critique, whatever the case may be. Oh, that's not hurtful at all. We have missiles being shot down. We have Torrents being shot down by cruiser missiles because there's just so much firepower here. There are some being chewed through because of the shots from... I thought there was a Autumn shooting at them. There's not. Nuke is inbound. Where's that nuke inbound? Oh, that other nuke is inbound from Team 1. It sneaks in, and he's going to kill off this main base for Orb, just stripping away a ton of his eco. Kaboom! How many mixes is that? Is that 6? Ooh, those are... Ooh, I think he was over 500. Now he's at a little under 400. Because that would have been 6 single rings. So that's 25 times 6 plus 2 times 6. 150, 162 mass income. That's a lot. Yeah, that seems about right. Satellite. Second one is just started here. We do see T3 land headquarters is here as well. And Nuke is actually loaded. He's waiting. He's waiting for somebody to be killed off. Most likely that SMD. Macro Nuke picks up his comm. GC moving in. Actually moving back because that chicken is going to intercept it. Lots of flak, which is good because it kills off a lot of these gunships, but not good because it can't target that thing. So, Looks like the nuke is going to be targeted. More shields going to be built to counteract these satellites. How's Team 1's power doing? Great for Kinder. A lot better for Macro. So if Macro loses some power, that's going to strip everything from power from Team 1. We have GC now online, gifted over, I would assume, from Orb to help thin out the everything here. There's a lot of Authams here. That's a couple of side orders of Authams if I've ever seen one. What is happening with that Autham? It was in the ground. That thing got sucked. Yep, there it is. It gets sucked into the ground again. Man, it's just not having a fun time over there. That GC is, honestly, it's not going to last. It's going to help, but it's not going to last. And again, the Autumns are actually getting in behind the GC, so GC can't do maximum damage to them. And it's getting... Oh, some of the Autumns are getting stepped on. Maybe they're into that. Who knows? Nuke is inbound from Team 1? Team 2? Where's the Nuke? Oh, it's a Nuke sub. Hey, hey, hey. There's that silencer. And it's inbound, and there is an SMD. So there is that, but we do see it. Ooh, P-Gen's getting hit. That's not good. Needs more. Oh, I think that aircraft got hit there for a second. Transport inbound to maybe shield that P-Gen, and it actually lands short. Kaboom! Going for 4 mexes. Wow, I didn't realize that AoE was that big enough. I thought it'd be only maybe these 3. But just barely clips all 4. Look at that. Rebuild, says Balfron. Looks like he has engineers inbound to do just that. Western sides, it's just not looking good for Team 2. We have gunships inbound. Really no AA. It's just Autumns. Yeah, there's a couple of Ayashabo T2 flat cannons, but I think that's how you say that. Ayashabo. Yeah. It's not a lot. If the gunships focus the flak, they'll easily rip that apart and then focus the Autumns. Not a bad win there for Team 2, but again, it is slowing down going after the Autumns at a bare minimum. There's just so much devastation for both sides of the map. And one of those frigates is just going to get annihilated. Yep, there it goes. Gunships do help thin out the horde quite significantly. And they might make it to the water, but I think Team 2 has some torp bombers stacked up somewhere that they maybe sent out into the wild. I don't know. But even if that Autumn goes this way, I think Team 1 PD might just clip it anyway. Second satellite's online. Number 3 is underway. Not a lot of landmass to really utilize. You can probably expand down here, but not really a lot of room to play with. The donut has been started, or soon to be started, I should say, from Orb. He's building a shield also underneath the surface of the waves just to protect himself even further. There's 1 SMD here, 1 nuke. 1 SMD here, 1 nuke. Looks like Team 2 has a target in mind. More P-Gens are being built. I feel like there's only 2 shielding protecting this one, and that's a T2 one. So you might be able to maybe chew through that. There's an artillery started also right next door here for Macro, right in the air grid. There's a lot of engineers there, to be fair, so they could easily rebuild stuff, but maybe Team 2's best bet is just to go after mexes. Or they're going to just go after the guys producing chickens. You can also do that. I guess you strip away the build power and you can't really build a lot of other stuff. You could build, T3 units, but not T4. You don't have any engineers. Unless you build, T3 on Port Chacom, which he has T2 already. Chicken over here on Team 2 side of the map. Gunships moving in to intercept that immediately. Kind of surprised it got that close. Looks like somebody on Team 1. Dump truck's like, hey, you should probably pull that back. He's probably like, hey, don't dump mass. It's already lost, what? Almost half of its hit points already. Again, a lot of these gunships are, in the yellow, so this flak will rip them apart. And it's already dropped them already into the red. 10,000 roughly hit points remaining. Yeah, it's essentially decommissioned at that point. Better just control K, scoop it up, and funnel it into a new one. I mean, maybe, but I think the nuke is inbound for that T3 naval headquarters, which there are 10. Are you stuck? Oh, I was going to say, you're just sitting there. What are you doing? Oh, he's moving. Did he move fast enough? I don't. Oh, he went for the mexes, which again, some of those are T2, some of those are T3, so it's kind of a mix of both, but still a nice grab. Kaboom! Thought he was going for this, just wiping out the naval headquarters, but there's 1 chicken, 2 chicken, 3 chicken, 4. And I would assume 5. Not 5 yet, but there was going to be 5, I guess. Again, those engineers are being killed off, preventing more and more chickens from being built. We have 1 GC. That's it. The other GC is over here. 1 chicken donated over. Nuke is inbound once again for the same location from the same nuke sub. By the way, the nuke sub is killed off. Where is that? Oh, it's right underneath. Killed off 32,000 mass, which is, again, not bad, to be honest. This nuke has killed off 52,000 mass. And then Team 1's nuke has killed off 44,000 and 0,000. That one is actually loaded for a second time. Ooh! Barely within range of that SMD. Ooh, that was super close. You have more, just kill them, says Orb. You have more, just kill them. Is he talking about nukes? Can you kill these, please, says Orb. Talking about whatever those were at some point. Oh, gunships. That's probably what it was. An air fight. Major one happens, I think, for the first time in the game. 40 minutes on the clock. Oh, those gunships have a tiny bit of AA, but again, it goes broadsword, whaler, and the restorer from least amount of AA to most, and that is just a slaughter. Some ASFs do pull away from the group just to survive, but at the cost of a lot more ASFs surviving and all gunships dying. That's a lot of mass right there. Currently on the map for reclaim, the map sitting at almost 200,000, and there's a huge chunk right there. Huge chunks right there, of course, because of all the dead experimentals and all the other dead stuff there.
Strategic launch.
Nuke is inbound from Team 1's nuke here. It's going to go for... He's going to nuke his own stuff, which again, unless the GC falls back, it will die to the nuke. Hey, if you can't have the reclaim, nobody can, kind of thing, I guess. Looks like Kinder's focusing to go this way. GC moving into intercept. Chicken is going to just run right in. There goes the nuke. It does clip the GC. And then, of course, the crash damage to kill off a couple of units there. Nice shot, says Dump Truck. I mean, the GC didn't move, but yeah, it's still a nice shot. Not to diminish it at all. And Battlefront's right there. Hey, there's a chicken right outside your shielding. Chicken turns. That's a little unfortunate. Could have maybe even walked into maybe killing off that satellite. Maybe. Is that an artillery piece firing at Team 2? That was an artillery piece firing at Team 2. And Fat Boy being built here. And... oh, looks like we can build the stealth field there. Is that going to work? No, because Team 2 knows that's there, so just moving it doesn't really do anything. They know the structure's there. So I don't know. I don't know what they're... oh, I think they were moving it for the Pigeon. That makes more sense. And gunships going after that. Ooh, the flak just rips apart a lot of those Spectres. And there goes a second chicken. There's another chicken inbound, and then there's a break of chickens. Gotham's still saying, no, Borgmo, you can't have anything. Go away. Go back in the water. No. He's like, what? He's like, no. No, you can't have any nice things. No. Stay in the water. And he's still fighting. I got to give him credit. A lot of players would have just quit by now, but he's still sticking with it. He's up to almost 20,000 mass killed. He's up to 20,000 mass killed. He has 5-star vet and nano. He doesn't have cloaking. He doesn't even have the eco to be able to support the cloaking, to be fair. Oh, if they found the comm. No, they didn't. But that would have been very, very close. If they went straight for the comms location, they may or may not have got him. But now all the satellites are falling back to be defense satellites because that chicken is getting closer and closer. Strat bombers have been spotted, of course, but oh, the shield is down. Oh, and there goes the nuke. Kaboom! Destroys that base to the north on that island up there. Ion Storm activates, kills off a Pigeon. Oh, that satellite is dangerously close to being killed. Oh, it wanders a little bit to the right, outside of range. Oh, wanders back to the left. Very unlucky for Team 1. Maybe he'll get it. Maybe he'll get it. Kills up a couple of Team 1 PD. Shield comes back online. He's not going to get it. That is unfortunate. There are some Othams, though. Those might get it. But the Ion Storm did not. The Ion Storm, but it wandered literally up here. What the heck? Wandering all over the map. Battlefront's over here. He has no gun, but he does have T3 shield and RAS. The Team 1 PD absolutely rip apart those Othams. Overcharge misses. Oh, yeah, the Othams getting too close. Oh, there's some Zooey here. Oh, no. The Zooey might get the Novax, but here comes the GC. Still heavily damaged, but still alive. Donuts over here to the east. Not a lot of ASFs been building for Team 2. Sorry, Team 1. Team 2 has air control, if not dominance at this point. GC's going to move in and try to thin the herd out. There's a lot of spam, both T1 and T3 inbound, T2 flak to maybe just prevent T1 bomber spam from Team 2. That's a ton of battleships. Please tell me you're loading nukes on those things. I don't see any of them loaded yet, so maybe not. It seems a little unfortunate if they don't. SMD shielding, how you holding? Not good is what I'm going to say to that. Almost fully depleted with 3. 4 would have depleted it. Laser started for Borgmo. Maybe he'll get some assistance from Balfron. Balfron getting another Omni to replace the old one that was there and then there. And then now it's going to be there. 2 more SMDs here right next to one another. Not underneath. Oh, he doesn't have power. Okay. I was going to say not underneath shield coverage. What's wrong with you? Donut is inbound for that artillery piece. Oh, please get hit by the artillery. The Donut doesn't have shielding. That is super unfortunate because you like half the hit points come from the shielding. Oh, shields are back online. There they are. And satellite, just the nuke. The nuke is right there. Target the nuke. The nuke is gonna nuke. The nuke is gonna nuke. Oh, please hit. Oh, please hit. Oh, please hit it. 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 Oh, it hit the Tsar. Oh, it hit the Tsar. Yes. Yes. Oh, that was amazing. Worth the nuke.
Strategic launch.
That was worth the nuke. Oh, that's like one in a lifetime kind of moments of like, oh, please hit it. Oh, please hit it. Oh, please hit it. If it had gone through the hole, I would have lost it. I would have absolutely been like, that nuke threaded the needle. That is amazing. That is absolutely amazing. That might just be the thumbnail, honestly. That might just be the thumbnail. Anyway, a couple of strap bombers over here. Thinning out the herd. Looks like a lot more focus on the water situation. T1 naval facility upgraded to T2. Do not tell me you're going to put cruisers right there. Do not tell me you're going to do that. That is just like levels of, I don't know, like, ha! You can't build air units because it's going to blow you up before you even get a chance to lift off. Satellite still sitting there. Oh, there's an Otham grabbed by the vacuum arms of the GC. Is that same GC? I think that's that same GC. It's sitting at 46,000 mass killed. That satellite still not dead. Oh, it finally gets eliminated after I don't know how long of being alive. Nuke is inbound. The SMD is actually depleted, so it doesn't even matter. That is still amazing to me. Oh, okay, I went further back. Okay, I was going to say. I was like, you can entirely miss that. It will probably kill a little bit of that mass. Kaboom! Wipes out. Yeah, there's only 2,000 mass left. Probably the nuke also helped with that. We have laser almost at 100%. He still has nano. I mean, Kinder is just still pushing this western front. He's not stopping. He's at 1.3k mass income. He alone is producing more mass than the entirety of Team 2. That's not a good sign for Team 2, I will admit right now. 47 minutes on the clock. Yeah, not looking too hot. We have strap bombers running amok. They're actually now avoiding that little bit of PD that's still there. We have the GC trying to intercept them. Laser is almost done. That's going to help out a ton, realistically. If he has cloaking, it would have been even better. But, you know, 1/2 is better than no half. You still did not take out the... What? Why? Why is the SMD still there? Yeah, you're taking out mexes. That's great. Why is that SMD still there? That SMD should be gone. And even if you left, then were to nuke it afterwards, that's fine. But the SMD is still there. Why is it still there? And Othams are like, oh, that has a laser on board. We don't like that. We have torp bombers moving in to help assist. We have a T2 torp launcher, and the Othams are just annihilating it because they have torpedoes. The only T3 amphibious unit, being the Percy, the Brick, and the Otham, that the Percy does not have torpedoes. The other two do. I think the Brick also has torp defense, if I'm not mistaken. So it's essentially one of the best units to use just in the water, just because it has torpedoes and torp defense. GC's running amok again. Ooh, that GC's really keeping this air grid alive, to be honest. Strap bomber, a little bit of friendly fire there. just tons of strap bombers running in. Laser coming in. 2 lasers now, I should say. We have tons of spam, tons of flak. We have another donut. Oh, please tell me he's going to do the same thing. Launch the nuke into it and blow it up. That would be amazing. Absolutely amazing. I still can't believe that happened. That is just crazy to me. I think had the donut went from the artillery to the nuke would have been killed, I think, before it launched its nuke. I think. It would have been very close. But the fact that the Tsar went this way and then went back this way gave the nuke just enough time to fire. GG's from Balfron.
Strategic launch.
Nuke is inbound. GG, crazy game. Oh, he doesn't have an SM. He doesn't have an SMD anymore. Oh, no. Where'd your SMD go? I don't even... Oh, it's right there. Oh, that was a nice snipe by Kinder. Oh, he's going to launch the nuke. One last nuke. Does he have one more in the chamber? Oh, fire. You got to fire the other one. Got to fire it. Got to fire it before it lands. Got to launch the nuke. There it is. There it is. Nope, it's not going to... Oh, I did launch it. Okay, never mind. I thought I had another one in the chamber. Oh, there goes Balfron. Ooh, kaboom. Balfron is killed up by Kinder's nuke. And Borgmo is just right outside of the blast radius. Chicken is inbound from the west. We have a silencer nuke inbound once again. Nuke is inbound, going to kill off the air grid. SMD's not going to load in time. Kaboom! 1 PGen survives. And essentially everything there is gone. Here comes another nuke, going to kill off all this stuff. Kaboom! Massive amounts of destruction for both sides of the map. There's only 1 nuke up here. There's only 1 nuke up here. 80,000 mass and climbing. How much did that one kill off? 148. It still has 2 nukes loaded. Here comes another nuke. Gonna maybe clip. No, it clips a little bit of that chicken. Kaboom! Goes off more of the PGens. That's the power for Kinder. He should be fine. Not great. Those PGens blew up PB any worse way. It's now a 2v2 game. A proper 2v2 game. Borgmo actually inherits everything that Balfron had, so he actually has more stuff now than just his laser. Looks like he's probably having power issues. A little bit. Kind of. He's getting some reclaim. That's helping out. Chicken over here. Donuts just trying to kill off this chicken. SMD is the target. The other 2 over there were killed off. One more. Once that nuke, anti-nuke, that SMD is destroyed. That is a win for Team 1, and there it is. Because it does not matter. I mean, we know this. They don't know this. But Team 1 has 2 nukes loaded and halfway done to another one. So you nuke the rest of this, maybe. Or you could just focus more on orb. You can nuke that. And then whatever your chickens don't kill, you can just nuke that. And at this point in the game, 51 minutes on the clock, I think we kind of know who's going to win. And I know somebody in the comments has already said this, but MVP was the nuke that hit the Tsar. That was absolutely amazing. Again, I had a thought, oh no, it's going to thread the needle, but it didn't. Can it thread the needle? I wonder if that actually is a thing, if you can thread that needle between the Tsar. Because the Tsar has a hole. That's where essentially where the plasma shoots down from. So
Strategic launch detected.
yeah, I'm just getting Independence Day vibes from that nuke hitting the Tsar. Hello, boys, I'm back. And then hits the UFO and then destroys it. UFO. Tsar is being pretty much annihilated at this point. There he goes. Yeah, just the flak. There's just too much flak. Nuke is inbound, kills off the T3 naval headquarters. Not, honestly, a whole lot, to be honest, besides that. He still has... Oh, look at all these torrents. He has 8 torrents just kind of sitting there. Granted, they are shooting at battleships, so that's always fun. And these battleships are loaded. Some of these are actually loaded. What the heck? Most of these are loaded. Most of these are loaded twice. Fire all those nukes. They're right there. I don't know if he's waiting for a big, just finale to launch all of his nukes at the same time. I don't know, but you might as well launch them all and be done with the game at this point. No sense in stretching it out. It was a very intense back and forth. I think it's time to put the newspaper in the toaster and rip out the gas line. That's one way to put it from dump truck. Again, technically, Team 1 has 2, 4, 6. That one probably won't survive much longer. I thought there was another one here. 8. 8 plus the other 2, the normal nukes. 10 nukes loaded. Can someone translate for me? End the game. I could, if I were to type in a chat, it means it's time to control K. There's an orb. Or sorry, it says dump truck. And work mode's not. No, I think he's just going to die by nuke. I think that's what's going to happen. Or Otham. One or the other. Battlefront found the only way to lose. I'm having fun killing battleships with Tempest. Slow. Yeah, emphasis on the word slowly. Because the battleships do have TMD, so it does prevent some of the missiles. Not all of them, but some of them. Tempest is the goddess of the sea. I don't know about that. Arguments would be made about the questionably shaped Atlantis. Here comes Borkmo. There's his death right there. Kaboom! Dies by holy hellfire. And there goes Orb right after that. He's like, well, if my teammate died, I'll die with him. And that is the game. 56 minutes even on the clock. Love to see that Team 1 wins the game. And realistically, the MVP is Kinder. But honestly, I think everybody, maybe most people agree, that one nuke was the MVP of the game. Because to be fair, if that nuke did not nuke that Tsar would have eliminated everything up here. Maybe it would have eventually died. But then all of the remaining focus for Team 2 would have gone this way. Maybe these satellites would have had time to crack the shielding. Maybe. But, yeah, the nuke killing off the Tsar. And what's funny is at 0 veterancy, the nuke still kills the Tsar. I believe at 2-star vet, it would be enough. Because I think the nuke does 72,000 damage, not 70. I always think it's 70, but I think it's 72, I think. Somebody will probably correct me at this point. But 1 veterancy might be enough, but it was already heavily damaged and whatnot. It's not a big deal. But just a fully just right off the assembly line Tsar versus 1 nuke, regular nuke. I think the nuke still wins. But any more veterancy, I think the Tsar wins. But anyway, glorious game as always. Ends with holy hellfire from the nukes. Gotta love it. No game enders, but hey, we had Navy, we had land, we had nukes, we had a little bit of artillery, and we had satellites. So pretty much everything else. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't, why not at this point, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and I will see all of you in the next one.